All right, greetings everybody at Denver Startup Week 2020. Welcome to this talk. Today we're going to talk about why storytelling matters in times of uncertainty. My name is Brett Randell. I'm the founder and writer at Brandell Creative. Got 10 minutes here, so let's go a little fast, do a little deep dive into storytelling. Quick background. So I'm a story-driven copywriter, a content strategist, a yogi musician, a fiction writer. I've worked for about 8 years with two startups in Austin. One is called Storytelling for Entrepreneurs. The other is called Empowering a Billion Women. This is my third time speaking on storytelling at Denver Startup Week, and I've also spoken at intensives in Austin on founder storytelling and the Billionaire Weekend for Women. I work primarily with female thought leaders, TEDx speakers, global leaders, diversity and inclusion specialists, basically people making a positive impact in the world. Here are just some photos from previous Denver Startup Weeks and intensives when I spoke about storytelling. So let us dig in. First, let's talk about the state of communication, the state of the world. The world is intense right now, as everyone knows, between the pandemic, social, political, societal unrest, economic uncertainty. It's crazy, it's intense, people are trying to deal with it. People are on Zoom all of the time. We're having Zoom fatigue, burnout. People are burnt out and tired. There's this underlying stress and uncertainty and undercurrent beneath all of it. So while we're trying to run our businesses, grow our startups, live our lives, there's still this just subconscious stress that's going on. So especially in this startup founder business world, we need engagement, we need inspiration, we need energy. People need the power of storytelling. So I always like to say storytelling is the connective tissue of humanity. It's what brings us together. Since the dawn of time, people have told stories to influence, to connect, to inspire, to understand, to deal with reality. From cave paintings to corporate meetings, from firesides to Facebook ads, stories are what weave through there. And storytelling is more important and effective in most situations than many people realize, especially in these times. So let's talk about business and stories. Effectively growing a business, a startup, being a founder, involves effective communication. That's everything. Between your market, investors, your team, to friends, family, onboarding people, messaging, all of that is communication. So how do we more effectively communicate and engage people in this strange virtual world that we're in? How do we continue the world of commerce, aka grow our business, while people are uncertain with their wallets, especially, which is the economic factor of business? So why are stories good for business? Stories hook people and create engagement. Stories connect people to your founder, to your product, to your brand. Stories can overcome barriers that can help to make sense of situations and scenarios. Stories help customers, clients, prospects, and communities see themselves in your messaging and your narrative, which is vital. That's the connection. Stories can help to influence new behaviors and actions. And of course, stories create emotional connections and can help to inspire those actions that you want people to take. Let's go quickly into the science of storytelling. I think it's important to talk about. So scientists at Princeton, led by Yuri Hassan, found that when you tell a story, different parts of the listener's brain light up and actually sync with the storyteller. This is Uri from his famous TED Talk. So when you're storytelling, you're actually becoming on the same page with the listener and the storyteller. So that's super important, especially in this cloud of uncertainty. Antonio Damasio, neuroscience professor at USC, wrote in his book, Descartes' Error, that emotion is a key ingredient in decision making. So to get people to act and make decisions, is, again, especially in these uncertain times, people aren't sure what to do, you want to engage them emotionally. And in most cases, emotion is greater than logic. And storytelling uses emotion. Storytelling uses imagery. Storytelling uses reflection, reflecting character and narrative. Storytelling uses persuasion. And storytelling, of course, uses and results in greater connection. So let's talk about in uncertain times. So as Lynn Graft, who I work with, he's the founder of Storytelling for Entrepreneurs. He's incredible. He always says, stories are your Swiss Army knife in business as a founder. You can use stories to get press, to raise funds, to communicate your message or product to the market, to create buy-in for your big idea, to hire people for your team, to convince people that your idea will work, and on and on. All of these things are more important than ever right now, especially as founders and startups are trying to just figure everything out. The better your story is, the better you can communicate it, the more results you can get. And in times of uncertainty, telling your brand or founder story with authenticity specifically is what grounds and connects us as businesses and people and humans. So, storytelling creates authentic connections. Storytelling as a startup or founder means that we share more vulnerably to foster customer and business connection. Because these are stressful times, I keep repeating. We all know it. We're all in it. People are feeling at their most vulnerable. They're most exposed and conflicted right now. If we share vulnerably, authentically, it helps us connect with our shared humanity, and it brings humanity back to business. So what I'm encouraging is for people within their storytelling, whether it's business to consumer, your founder, your brand story, get even more vulnerable, more authentic with your struggles, with the battles you're facing than maybe you would have wanted to share previously, because people are actually looking for that right now and connecting with that. So sharing stories as a founder, by sharing these real stories that I'm talking about or experiences from your personal life within your messaging and brand storytelling, you can build a bridge of greater connection. You can get audience, customers, and potential clients to understand and know you better. You can increase trust, which is so important to getting people into what you're doing, to selling. You can inspire others to buy in and grow your brand. And of course, like I just said, you can sell authentically, which is what people want to do. They want to sell authentically and naturally. So let's go through some uses that you can use storytelling these days. When to use storytelling. Communicating a new initiative, bringing a new product service to the market, getting press, features, podcasts, blogs about your business, setting and communicating a company or startup vision and the mission, recruiting new team members. You can use your story to sell them on that. Onboarding new employees, defining your culture, your mission, your values internally, celebration, recognition for your business and brand, speaking about your work at a networking event. Stories are the best way. Zoom networking, of course, in these days. Getting stakeholders bought in, getting family, friends bought in as you continue to grow and navigate. Inspiring your team, so important, especially in these times to keep it going. We need inspiration, and inspiring your audience and your customers. And of course, inspiring the whole business world around you through your story as a business. So what kind of stories do we tell? You can tell the story of your founder or your business origin, that authentic founding story, that rags to riches or the struggle or the pivot. You can do your failure stories, successes, challenges, wins, the overcoming the enormous obstacles and setbacks, the David and Goliath story, the story of your customers, clients, your positive relationships, how your business is experiencing reality during these trying times. People want that authentic, vulnerable storytelling so they can connect. They don't want to hear fluff and fake stuff. How you personally are experiencing reality during these times. This is really important for founders or personal brands. And of course, tell the stories of great team members, leaders, and personal business wins. These authentic personal stories in these moments where you really need to connect with others. And of course, when you need to inspire and activate. So, let's talk about the right story quickly. You need the right story for the right message and the right place. The origin story for your personal brand messaging, your about, your pitches, the how we're handling these pandemic time stories for ad copy, for authentic messaging, the authentic personal story for tricky interpersonal situations with teams, customers, and clients, the overcoming challenge story when it mirrors the outcome that you're trying to share, the big picture story to raise funds or sell an organization or a team on your vision. So there is just so much story. This is just a bite-sized talk to frame the power of story in these times. I could literally take each slide and do an hour training on each of those, but I wanted to give this 10-minute session. So there's so much to talk about storytelling, from how to create a great founder or personal brand story, to how to create powerful in-the-moment stories for ads, how to chunk your story up for different mediums and messages, how to practice stories for different settings and deliveries, and the various storytelling frameworks to construct your story. It goes on and on and on. So in conclusion today, yes, times are strange and we are in a new normal right now. Communication can feel funky. People can feel stressed. It can be weird to be a founder, a business owner, a leader, or an entrepreneur right now. But in times of struggle and uncertainty, we need greater connection, we need more vulnerability, and we need more authenticity, especially in the stories that we tell. This is not only good for people in general, but it's also good for business, which is important. So I encourage you to go out there and tell your story. Thank you so much for listening today. My name is Brett Randell of Brandell Creative. Thank you, Denver Startup Week, and all of our sponsors. I will see you next time. Take care.